Good morning. I'm not um just looking off the charts today. Looks like a beautiful setup. I cannot even lie. Looks like a beautiful setup for today. We've literally been chopping around this entire time through all of pre-market. It's just been like previous session. So there is a balance in the market at this 70 at 7K to 73K, 70, yeah, to 7K, 7,030. There's a balance in the market, so price is willing to trade between this range. Now we have an imbalance, is this line right here, which is the last week's point of control. So as you can see over here, there was a lot of volume over here, and these are where traders are willing to trade at. Now there's a big imbalance. There's a big trend imbalance here, so we have plenty of room to go down. These are my pre-market thoughts, and I'm gonna write them down. Mm. So what I'm thinking is, we have potential for a downtrend, a push higher for new highs. It's possible. Yeah? All right, have a good day. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. There's a balance between 7K to 730. 7K to 730, that is the purple square rectangle. Last week's point of control is around 6965. There's imbalance between these two areas. So price has room to go between these two areas. There's potential for a downtrend, as you can see signal here. Push higher for new highs is possible, but we're gonna need some type of catalyst to push us up, so this is unknown territory pretty much. I'm thinking, are there tech earnings today? Because I've been hearing a little bit about that. Like the big companies release their earnings. TradeView earnings calendar. That's not what I want to look at. Alright, we're just gonna ignore that for now. The calendar on TradeView. Oh, okay, we have earnings right here. Tomato Bank. I don't know about any of these, so yeah, so you can see a push down. I'm not confident about seeing a push up, but we'll see what happens. We're pre-market, good consolidation. We just need that 15-minute candle close breakout and for us to be trending. So that's pretty good. Bye. Yeah, bye. See what our professor is saying today.
Bitcoin with a green day, but into this local resistance right below 80k and leaving behind some of the gap here from the move down after we've had that 40% decline now, 41%. So Bitcoin has gapped down over Saturday, and we've come back and we've retested that yesterday and currently trading below it today. Stocks, even overnight, are continuing to hold up after a nice reversal. Hard to see whether that is a precursor to new highs though, because what keeps happening, as clearly the market is not the broad market is not marking up yet, but it is rising steadily and consolidating. So we're not getting clean breakouts for stocks for the S&P yet, as it's being outperformed by the rest of the world really, and mostly it's driven by dollar weakness is why markets are rising, and why they'll continue to rise as you see slow weakness of all the currencies, but in particular at the moment the dollar being weakened by gold's run, and also capitals leaving through other countries. If they're reducing the reliance on the dollar, they're going to sell off some of their treasuries, sell off their dollars effectively. You actually see this coming through into stronger performance in basically every other stock market is outperforming the US at the moment. All the major ones. A bit like the DAX over in Germany, it's been outperforming, although less so in the last couple of weeks. You've got EM, emerging markets as a whole have been going higher, and a bunch of others. I think we had also Japan, the Nikkei. Japan is going higher. So most of the rest of the world is going higher while the US is flat, and that's why I need to see clear breakout hold for continuation. So US equities are not the place to be at the moment. They're not the place to be. There are individual trends and names, as I covered on monthly preview and on yesterday's or on Sunday's Beyond Bitcoin. You've got defense, energy in particular. Energy had been leading, and you had defense as well. But broadly, you're not seeing it from the main sectors that were leading previously, like NASDAQ and S&P, the broad market, but certainly not the NASDAQ yet. And we've got this week now of, second week of big tech earnings. Last week we had a red week after four of the Mag 7 reported. We had Palantir report earnings last night. They're not a classic Mag 7, but good reaction of earnings from one of the new biggest and fastest growing. Came right into the 50-week EMA. I can see here pre-market it's sitting about 164, so not just a strong reaction off of earnings, but a good follow through too, which would indicate this is likely going to go quite a bit higher, because Palantir's been very reactive to earnings. Whenever it had earnings back in November, it was the top, straight down. When it had earnings back in August prior to that, we saw a strong reaction with follow through. Same here as in May of 25, we saw that being a sharp pullback before continuation. We saw a sharp move up in February, which led to media continuation higher, came back, retest. So with that move, I think that would set it in motion for probably a rally that will continue. And then if previous earnings reports are anything to go by, it's definitely going to have follow through with that. You see here August 24 as well, November 24, that's rare in the election. It's kind of skews a little bit. Big gap up in February 25. So it's always very reactive. Not every stock is super reactive to earnings, but Palantir certainly is. And we're seeing that once again. It's going to have a big gap open. Waiting this week as well for Amazon to report, which I think Amazon's Thursday, isn't it? Let's double check. And Google's Wednesday, if my memory serves me. Google's Wednesday, Amazon's Thursday, yeah. MicroStrategy as well, which is not one of the big ones, but it's obviously relevant for, let me see, crypto. Google continues higher overnight, higher as well. You can see here, trading at 349. Strategy cooked, but it is cooked. It's going to be cooked as long as there's so much pressure to the downside and lack of demand. So I mean, earnings really are a mess for MicroStrategy anyway because of the way that they're able to report or not able to report on their Bitcoin holdings. And local bottom in April 24 when they come in, it was a top in July before it dropped into support. It was, again, pre-election, everything's sort of a little bit skewed there by what happened the week after. February 25 was really a nothing burger. It wasn't a top or a bottom. It was in middle of a swing. April was the last push into resistance. July was already on the way down, so it looks like the earnings were a catalyst, but it was already selling off after a retest. The price action and momentum was more, and same here. This was just a momentum sell off. We were already in. Earnings weren't going to do anything about that. So I'd have minimal view on that from a bullish perspective. We've got Amazon's last earnings were a push into its recent top. Again, off the earnings before that, it was a sell-off to continue a consolidation. Earnings coming in here. Similar to the Trump election win, this was coming out after a lengthy correction from the trade war, tariffs, sell-off. So everything was already recovering, and earnings don't really play much of a part in that. The stuff was rising regardless, the whole market was. This is very much more important. That was right at the peak, right at earnings, was the top. So Amazon pretty reactive to it as well. Nice catalyst here as well when the earnings back in October 24, but also that was before the election. You need to keep that in mind. Close to a local bottom in July. I would say from here, it's not got price action itself. Would say we're consolidating nicely and should have a good shot for pushing towards highs, but equally it's within the swing of the all-time high and the November lows, so anything inside of that consolidation can be in either way. Google pushes up on it, tends to perform pretty well. Yeah, nothing. Top of February, I was around that same week where everything was topping out before the tariffs in October. I think this is like with Amazon, I think that's very similar. This is like probably what you'll see with Amazon, just from a price perspective leading into it. You have the earnings drop in the middle of a consolidation, and you either get continuation of that, or I wouldn't be surprised to see this, because the Amazon consolidation has been now for 4 or 5 weeks, and then you get the earnings catalyst. I could see it pushing through the highs. That would be a good setup for a new all-time high on Amazon. What you want to watch after that would be, does it hold? And if there's any pullbacks, does it come back to prior support? Gold, really good reaction. And you see this now with, obviously you've got the silver has genuine weakness. I think the silver move is a blow off top, is over, and silver was not. It was never the leader. It's just like when altcoins go. It's like when Bitcoin has blow off top, then Ethereum, and in prior cycles, or just alts in general. I think the gold's trend is the real trend that we're looking at, with this more trade being done outside of the US dollar. That's going to settle in gold. If anything, it's not going to settle in silver. No one's doing oil trade in silver or global trade in silver. They are settling some of it in gold, the BRICS nations. So the gold trend is much more sustained and sustainable. I mentioned yesterday about just seeing them have reactions higher is normal after such a deep correction, and I still expect them to go through long periods of consolidation. The rallies off these recent lows are as much a function of inefficiency as anything. You have this deep, really aggressive deleveraging, which should recover most of that before a consolidation. I don't think there's going to be new highs anytime soon. There's going to have to be probably a multi-month, at minimum, base getting built, if not even longer than that. but about as good a reaction as you could look for on gold so far this week. And you just got to see how that settles down. And then back to Bitcoin, finish up with Bitcoin again. I just think that we're in a bit of a no man's land. We've the inside week, which we traded within for 9 or 10 weeks, rejected the upside and broke through the downside. So that's really the important thing. This single candles range had a failure to the upside and then broke fully through the downside and closed through the downside. So until you see that consolidate and get back inside and hold, you got to look at that as what it is, which is a breakout. Now it's broken out into a prior support of 75, old all-time high, and then retest and the 2025 lows. I think probably that's depends on how the rest of this week goes. If it's a temporary stop before another push lower towards the 70 area, but I would just be in the camp of give it time, let some structures rebuild, let it really start to not just rally but hold, not just reclaim a level but consolidate there. There's actually an example here you can see from a similar move, but it was in an uptrend, so it's worth noting that it's different. But there was a similar move of ETH back here in 25 when you saw this breakdown attempt. So you have a multi-week consolidation.
Market's open.
It breaks down, it reclaims,
Market's
and holds.
open in 3 minutes.
Now that's in an uptrend, so it's more likely to get bid. That's stronger because it's coming off of multiple legs higher. But the same thing would apply to Bitcoin if you're looking at it to reclaim the range at least. It's got to be a strong reclaim and hold. So get back inside, any retest to the inside week low, hold, and price stays inside of it and moves towards the other side. It's that simple. Now it doesn't have to go off and moon from there. It can just continue in consolidation. Anything recovering and reclaiming inside of here is a good start. But until that, I would look at this as a breakdown, which it is, and just be watching for sellers showing up, which I'll touch on trade of the day as we are coming into the low time frame levels with some resistance. With the Coinbase premium I've been watching, it started to get less negative, still a negative premium, still in a discount, but it's reaching back towards neutral, and certainly not as deep as it was in the depths of the selling last week and when we saw the biggest outflows of USDC, which have slowed to the point now where we're seeing some USDC come back in, another 300 million there last night. So we're seeing a steady recovery. Anything that just doesn't go below 70 billion is what you want to see. It's not so much about it going all the way back up as much as it is just stopping the bleed, which would indicate that maybe the worst is behind us in terms of what was driving that prior set off. And then ETFs seeing a day of inflows. That's probably new month effect, I would imagine. First day of the new month, you're seeing some inflows, which a lot of it flowed out. Pretty much why.
Okay, so watching the market right now, I'm seeing like 2 points where it pretty much failed to break out this bottom end of the range. So I'm thinking, is this third time going to be a confirmed breakout to make its new lows? If we begin trending, then it looks like it, but I don't want to jump the gun. I just want to be pretty cautious about it and watch the volume. If the volume starts flipping, the cumulative volume is bearish, so it's looking like bearish right now, but see if it makes a big wick, then we just have to be careful about it because it could be a false breakout. What if we get a big up, strong wick rejection, close below That'd be a clean sign for some shorts, and then we begin trending. That would be clean. Oh yeah, right now there's nothing.
Typing Fridays back again on Monday, with of course IBIT always being a day behind. But if it's always a day behind, we just look at it from that perspective. You'll see IBIT's day 1 of February tonight, as it always is. But got to see whether that is going to start something more sustained, or if it's like we've seen in these past, really for all of this year, and since the 10th of October when we had the big crash. From the 10th of October and all the way through October, we saw heavy outflows with the occasional inflow, occasional few days of inflows, but mostly heavy outflows, just occasionally inflows, a day here, a day there, but mostly outflows. And it's been that same pattern all the way. Any of the inflow days are small, the outflow days are more persistent. You get a couple of days here and there. And we got it at the start of the year. So the 2nd of January and the 5th of January, so the Friday and the Monday, the first 2 trading days of the year, we got inflows, but then right back to outflows once again. We then got a week of inflows when we had that second push towards 96 and 97k. But once again, that flowed back out. So persistent inflows are not here yet. It's mostly outflows, and the green days, the inflow days, are not making up for it. But we'll see if that can start to develop into anything more. And if price agrees alongside it.
Can we close below this
So
wick? If we close below this wick on the 15-minute candle
Market's
chart,
in a bit of
that would be a strong confluence for shorts entering. The volume looks very good for sellers. Making that break, we're still slightly mean reverting. But that's changing pretty quickly. Still have 12 minutes for this candle. The reason why I'm not entering now is because this market regime is not even really close to trending. We still need to see more of a push for it to begin its trend. This big wick rejection is really good for bears. ATR volatility is high. Looks like we're going to begin its trend. Is it a fake out? This is what I'm kind of cautious of, but it looks pretty good. Could set a limit order. We got 10 minutes of this 15-minute candle. We enter trending.
Order filled.
We're in. Strong wick rejection. Back at that mean reverting, so we just flashed trending. Which it's not too good.
Order filled.
One loss. Yeah, we definitely Definitely jumped the gun there. So take a picture of that. We got trigger happy there. We'll just wait for this candle to close and see where it's gonna go. Pullback entry would have been better. See if we had waited for this, would have been a lot good. So I got stopped out here. Trending. 6 minutes left. Trending is increasing pretty strong. Have a limit order. The strong sellers are in control. I'm not gonna chase price, I'm just gonna let it be there. Trending is, it's pushing, but like it's not super strong.
Order filled.
It's not super strong. So I kinda don't wanna be in this trade, but we're in the trade, we'll see what happens. back in that mean reverting state. We're gonna hold this trade. I want to move to break even as fast as possible because it's just not super ideal for trending. Okay, this is looking good.
Order filled.
Alright, we got stopped out for break even on that trade, which I'm not upset about because even if it goes in the direction, this is not a trade I want to be in. So it's just not a trade I want to be in. The system was there, but now it's not. Yeah, so we didn't wait for candle close, then we got wicked out. Our trending system flashed but quickly reverted back to mean reversion. Took a short. Breakout 1 minute orbital harmony. Oh, we closed bearish and now we're trending. Alright, I'm gonna get one more shot This is gonna be it. Close bearish and we're trending. I'll take this fib entry because price is wicking around a lot, so it's likely to hit. We're right at that 7K level. Trending right at that 7K range. Trend is weak. Trend is weak, so I'll take a fib entry. If we get the fib entry, cool. If we don't, I'm okay with not trading anymore. Take a fib entry. If you don't want to give me the Fibonacci entry. Fibonacci entry, then that's fine with me. I won't trade today. Is that order filled?
Order filled.
Order filled at 7:03. Take a picture of that. This is a good entry. Our system is there. Fair pullback. This is a good entry. 7:03. This is a good entry. I'll take it. Let's journal it in. $9.47. Everything is there. Breakout, candle close, boom. Trend continuation. Limit order. And we'll do the 38%. Everything is there for us. This is a good trade. I already know it's a good trade. We're calm, we're patient. We jumped the gun a little bit early on that first trade again, which we did yesterday, so we need to be more careful of. But it's a good entry. Patience is key in this game. Oh, might get stopped out. Patience is the name of the game for this one. Tried to scare us, they tried to shake us out. Well, we're just gonna have to see what happens here. I think the stop loss is right at this wick. Let's see what we can do. We rejected that 7K range though. We did close below it. Alright, you guys can watch that trade for me. Let me know how it goes. Gonna do some push-ups. snowing outside. Looks like a good day. It looks like a good day. So we have job openings at 10 a.m. today. It's at 10 a.m. So this next candle closes. Have some job earnings. Maybe the job earnings are bullish, maybe the job earnings are bearish. Who knows? Only time can tell. I'm not going to move my take profit to break even too early because there's really strong wicks. And I feel like the market is waiting to make its direction for the day. And it's looking bearish. It's looking bearish for the day. We have this strong imbalance. The last week's point of control down here. So we have that room to go right to it, which is like 40 points. Failed to push these highs. I'm feeling pretty confident in this trade. Feeling pretty calm. I just need to let my system do its thing. I feel like we had a pretty good entry there. Was a good read with the wicks, the Fibonacci entry. Got 7 more minutes. So I'm hoping we can push down and close bearish and then move to break even, hit that break even target for before that news comes out. But it says high impact, but it doesn't reflect on Forex calendar, which I guess isn't directly correlated to USD. I'm not sure. Because the news is coming from Top Step. Let's check out the news. US Jolt job openings impact high. I don't exactly know what that's about. I'm gonna be honest. So where are we targeting? Target is right down here. I think it's going to be a tough one. I don't think it's going to exactly make its way down there perfectly. Like there's going to be a lot of, it's not going to go straight down. It's going down, but just don't know. We're going to have to wait for this candle to close here. So before yesterday, I jumped the gun and then I cut profits early. So today I jumped the gun and I don't want to cut my profits early. I want to sit back and let the market do its thing today. That's the goal for today. When I move to break even, it's just I basically have to submit to the system and let the system do its thing. Can we break this 7K level, or are we going to continue to reject it? Because rejection is also not good. Well, it's not bad or good, it's just we want to see it break these levels here. And which it is doing. Okay, so we can freely move to break even. Freely move. Now we just have to sit back and let the profits take care of themselves. That's it. There's nothing we can do because yesterday I was moving my profits and stuff into like in profits. We have this candle close. It's gonna close bearish in the next 5 minutes. So we just have to chill, man. We just have to chill. I just want to watch the volume. And the trend is increasing, so we're fine. Fine. I've seen this happen a couple times in backtesting where there's a bunch of wicks, you get wicked out at that next candle, and then it goes in your favor, in your direction. which I'm in the trade, I'm break even, so I can pretty much just chill. And I guess these job earnings come out soon. Is the lid starting? So I don't really know. We're going for full take profit, man. We're going for full TP. I don't want to adjust. I don't want to fuck with it. I don't want to interrupt it, let's say. But I have this new indicator, this ATR structure indicator. So I trail the stop loss from the most previous 15-minute close. And the trend is increasing. So we have plenty of room. Even if we reach this last point of control, we have this lower volume profile, which has a ton of room, which is like 100 points. Which can it reach there? That's stretching it, but we could trail the stop loss to that. 3 more minutes. We're gonna cleanly close above under the 7K level, so that's good. The trend is increasing strong. Sellers, this is healthy. This is a risk-free trade. This is super healthy. I have no reason to exit right now. We're in break-even trade 3 minutes before. Keep in mind, we have this huge gap to fill. See, my mind is telling me, do we just take this 20 points and run away? I don't think I can do that, man. Because I would regret not following my rules if I cut my profits early. But if we were going to trail the stop loss, it would be at 6,995. Right there, baby. I feel like we can keep pushing for more, though. You guys know what I mean? I feel like we can keep pushing for more. This job is just coming out. This job earnings, whatever it is. I feel like we can keep pushing for more. We have a bunch of room. 690 is the trailing. 6 And keep pushing for more, man. Just keep pushing for more, bro. 690 is the ATR stop loss. So we're a little bit above that because I want to secure my gains. The trend is increasing in strength. It's increasing. It's almost at a 2. I think 69640 we can see some stalling. 69640. Around here we can see price stall a bit. Right now we're pushing, bro. Right now we're pushing P. Let me tell you that. I thought it was gonna be chop around to make lows, but it just went literally straight down. Sitting around 30 points. And we trailed it to 17 points. Or pretty much I've filled that gap. The lower range of the gap is all the way down here, 69450. 6945. 6945. Be that next target. Guys, we have to let our profits run now. I would regret not letting the profits run. You know what I mean? $6,990.
Order filled.
Got stopped out. But I think that's the funded account right there. Right? Yeah. We got 2 funded. I tried to let my profits run. The ATR is over here. So we got stopped out for like 27 points. 25 points. 20 points, it's okay. Man, it's difficult, bro. It's just not easy letting the profits run, okay? So I have to free up, like what? That's like 20 points for like only 14-point gain. Risk those profits, man. I don't know. And there's so much more room it can go though. But take my winnings for the day. I'm gonna lock myself out. It's another green day. So 1 point. What was that? I need my calculator. So we risked it by not taking full take profit, but I'm glad I did try to let my profits run. It's like actually like $300. Oh, that's okay. This one's a lot of we missed out, but nonetheless, I'm happy about the day. But again, yesterday we jumped the gun too early. Today we jumped the gun too early again. I'm gonna follow this ATR though. Because I have a feeling I'm gonna get punished for not following it correctly. Like, I'm just good. Like, I'm gonna look back in an hour. It's gonna be all the way down here. I'm gonna be like, fuck. Are you kidding me? There, we got stopped out. What? Like, something like that. But let me just do the calculations on it. How much R was that? So 1187 divided. We have 4.7 R. But in the long run, it's more profitable. It's gonna go to 60 points. I just know it's gonna go to 60 points because my ATR stop loss is right here. I just know it's going to. Cut profits early again, Kai. Fuck. Bruh, I want it to go all the way to 6,900. Just so I can feel that like feeling of regret. So like my ATR can be correct. My trailing stop loss indicator was correct to follow. The trend is super strong. Bearish volume. I just want it to work so I can be like, yeah, this is a prime example of why I should just follow the damn rules and my intuition. Because if I'm not gonna follow the rules, I should have just took full take profit. You know what? The more important part is that I tried. Okay, I fucking tried. I tried. Okay, guys. That's it for today. Motherfucking payout day. You know what I'm saying? So, we got the payout. We secured the second funded. So, I'm happy with that. Um, let's see. We're taking a motherfucking payout. Should just kept it at full take profit. If I wasn't gonna run it properly. Silly me. But anyways, I had a good feeling about today. So in 2 minutes, we basically, if it closes here, how the ATR works, the 15-minute candle close, we follow the previous ATR close. And I just have a strong feeling it's gonna work. Like, this is gonna be a big trend day, and the ATR indicator is gonna show me exactly how it works. I just didn't follow it correctly. So I think it can go for a big move today. Okay. I just want this market to keep pushing so I can just see how well the ATR trailing stop works. Look at the market. Keep going, bro. Keep going. It's so beautiful. I'm not even participating in this, but I just want it to keep going. Just to see. We follow the ATR. We're at like 29. We're at basically full take profit for stop loss. Oh my god, it's just gonna keep going, bro. I know it, bro. I just know it. I know it's gonna be like you missed out on a 60-point gain, 100-point gain. I just know it, bro. At least 50 points. So technically you move stop right here. And this is how the ATR trailing stop loss works. So on the next candle close, so 4 minutes, let's say it closes here, we move it to our previous ATR close. Should be around 30 points. But right now it stays at 21 points. But I am expecting some chop in between here because this is the last week's point of control. So this is where the market is balanced. Like we already filled that gap. The market is balanced. So we could expect to see just some chop here. Let me see. Let me draw the path. So yeah, we could expect to see some chop like this until like the PM or something. That's what I'm looking at for the markets. I'm just gonna take this trailing stop loss off. Let's journal. Let's do some journaling. Finish up what I need to do. Continue my work. Let me see. Might be going to Thailand soon, man. If I can keep this trade performance up, if I can keep reading the markets well, the markets still flow with my system, I might be going to Thailand soon. They're 12 hours ahead. So I'd be trading this time at night. Ooh, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I'll have to backtest this system for when I wake up in Thailand. Okay, we're gonna summarize the day. All right, I'm going to summarize the day, finish the stream, go to the gym. I'm gonna summarize the trading day, eat, and go to the gym. I'm telling you, man, these lucky braids, ever since I got this braid up, it's just been lucky. I need to braid my hair all the time, bro. All right, help summarize and give feedback for my trading day. Can we just appreciate? Can we just appreciate that? Hold on. Hold on. Can we just appreciate this? Can we just appreciate this market read? Can we just appreciate this market read? Guys, I don't think you're understanding me. Look at this. Look at this line that I drew. Down, up, down. Bro, I drew this last night, bro. I literally drew this last night. Like, around, let's see. Maybe like at this time I went to bed. Before here, I drew this line. I drew this line like somewhere like this, bro. I'm telling you guys, bro. I'm telling you guys, they're sleeping on me. I saw this range. I saw this last week's point of control. Bruh. Like, y'all are sleeping on me, bruh. Y'all are for real sleeping on me. How did I do this? I'm just like that. I put in the work. I wake up every day. I try my best. I'm consistent. I put in the motherfucking work. Like, how did I know, bruh? You guys have to appreciate this, bruh. Come on now. Alright, anyways. Bruh, I literally drew this last night. Like, I'm not even bullshitting you guys. I drew this shit last night. But, let's continue. Calm down, bruh. You're not that great. You just did a little bit and you think you're the shit. But that was a good market read. The pre-market notes have been good. They've really been on point. Let's send this. You had a very strong day. This is refinement work now, not system work. Pre-market read. Clear balance range 7K to 730. With last week's point of control at 6965. Identified imbalance between these zones. No news, market likely to respect structure. Correctly noted, downtrend potential, upside possibility only with the catalyst. Pre-market bias was clean and accurate. Pre-market bias was clean and accurate. I fucking knew it. I didn't know it, but I had the general idea. Execution. First entry setup aligned with system but entered before a candle close. Result wicked out. Yep. Trend system flash. Initially valid. Quickly reverted to mean reversion. You recognize the regime shift and protected capital with a break-even exit. Okay. I did do that. Best setup of the day, reached full take profit. You attempted to let profits run. ATR rules weren't followed precisely and stopped out. Emotionally difficulty acknowledged, giving back unrealized gains. Result secured, second funded account, locked in 3.3K CAD payouts. Last week, 5 weeks, 49.27R, elite level of consistency. Well, you did well. This matters. Pre-market analysis was spot on. You correctly identified trend versus mean reversion transitions. You protected capital instead of forcing trades. I did do that. You're trading at a level where mistakes are execution-based, not conceptual. You're scaling funded accounts and payouts, proof that the system works. This is not sloppiness. This is the cost of leveling up. Reoccurring errors, clean pattern. Across yesterday plus today, the same mistakes, the same 2 mistakes repeated. Jumping the gun. Entering before candle close, you know the setup is there, but you're front-running confirmation. This caused yesterday's first loss and today's early stop. This is impatient, not poor analysis. Patience. My issue last year was greed and impatience. I don't believe I'm greedy, but that impatience is seeping in. But I meditated 10 minutes yesterday and today. So I'm wondering, is that affecting my impatience? Because sitting there for 10 minutes and just being with your own thoughts and critically analyzing your own thoughts is interesting. But at the same time, I'm like, when is this going to end? When is my 10-minute alarm going to go off? Because I have things to do. I don't want to be just wasting these 10 minutes. So I think tomorrow I'm going to continue my meditation. But tomorrow I'm going to focus on patience. Because even when I meditate at times, I'm impatient. So that's interesting. 2, inconsistent profit management. You're stuck between 2 rule sets. Full take profit system, ATR trail, let it run system. Right now you're mixing them mid-trade, which causes cutting winners earlier, incorrect trailing, emotional stress when unrealized gains pull back. High impact fixes, small but powerful. Candle close, non-negotiable. If the system requires a candle close, no trade. Wickouts are the market punishing anticipation. Rule. If I feel like I'm about to miss out, that's confirmation I must wait. Fix number 2. Choose trade management before entry. Before clicking buy and sell, decide this is a full take profit trade, no trailing, no discretionary, or this is the ATR runner, mechanical trailing only, no switching mid-trade. If it hits full take profit once, bank it. Runners are optional, not mandatory. Stick with the full take profits, bruh. Fix number 3, separate account or trade types. Advanced but huge. Use A account strictly full take profit execution. Use B account for ATR runners only. This removes the internal conflict completely. To run 2 accounts. I have 2 accounts. 1 ATR, 1 full take profit. I feel like the ATR isn't really tested enough. I'm just going to continue with the full take profits. Mental note important. You are now trading from abundance. Funded, profitable, consistent. That's why you're experimenting. You're trying to optimize winners. That's normal. But optimization comes after flawless execution. Focus on flawless execution. We need at least I want to say 2 to 6 months of flawless execution. Bottom line, system proven. Market read excellent, discipline slightly impatient, profit handling needs rule clarity. This was an A minus day with A plus potential. Ah! Is the market still going? It's gonna stall at this point of control. I'm fucking so smart. I know it's gonna stall. Fixed candle close and patience. One management rule per trade, and you're not just getting payouts, you're building durability. Okay. I like that. This one was a pretty strong one. Pretty strong lesson today. It's a good day. Like, bruh. Is this today? Let me check it out. Price was in its range. Broke out of its range. Damn, M&Q had a 17R. Holy fuck. It's disgusting. Do I freaking switch to freaking M&Q? Nah. I'll keep what I got going on right now. But M&Q, what the fuck? 17R. Relax. Calm down, buddy. Yeah. Right at 9:30, bruh. Enter that. Ooh, M&Q is clean as fuck today, bruh. Wait, let me look at the ATR. Trailing stop loss. Oh yeah, M&Q. What the fuck? M&Q locked in for a 11R. 290 points? Shit. See, the problem with M&Q is that it's much more volatile, has more wicks, and the volatility is crazy. But definitely a lot more points to be caught there. I'm just gonna stick with my M&Q, bruh. M&Q is treating me right. I can't switch up on a bitch. If your main chick is treating you right, man, just forget about that side bitch, bruh. If your main shorty is treating you right, forget about that side bitch, man. Fuck that bitch, bruh. Bruh, just fuck that bitch. But the side bitch is gonna be enticing. Cause like look how much she's offering me right now. She's offering me a lot more than the main chick. But here's the thing, you switch up on the main chick, now you're with the side chick, then she starts fucking your ass. Then she starts fucking you up and fucking with your mental. You don't want that shit. just stick with the main bitch. Stay with your main chick and just be happy with what you've got, man. Valuable lessons of the day. Valuable lessons of the day. Valuable lessons I don't play. Hey. Yeah. All right. So, okay, that's it. I'm off. I'm done. Day 21 in the books. All glory to God. All glory to God. I pray every morning. I pray every night before I fall asleep. When I wake up, I pray. When I fall asleep, I pray. Thank you, Lord, for this day. Thank you, Lord. So we pray. Amen. Thank you for my health. Thank you for waking me up today. Thank you for a good day. I had a feeling it would be a good day. Thank you for allowing me to have a good day. Thank you for keeping me healthy. Thank you for allowing my family to wake up, protect them on their day, allow me and them and everyone else around me to have a very productive day. Thank you for everything. Pray for protection for all of my friends. Damon, he's in Thailand. I'm praying for him that he's doing well. He's taking good care of himself and staying healthy and happy. So that's it for me. Peace.